few days ago I finished my sketchbook. I had this one for I think 3 years, which is a long time for a sketchbook with this size, to be honest, but there was a part of my life where I sketched a lot less, so that's why it took me 3 years to finish. So this time I decided that I wanted to have a proper first page. I usually didn't really bother like making it special at all. I thought, okay, it's the first page, that's cool. I'll try to make it look good, but this one, the first page in this one is really ugly. The first page in my very first sketchbook is also really ugly. It's not my very first sketchbook, but it's the first one where I took it seriously. And it's also the first one that's like in this style. So I got these two. And this one is my oldest sketchbook. This is a present actually that my family gave me in 7th grade. They told me to use it every day and sketch something inside this sketchbook every day, even if it's just a short sketch, just anything in order to see my improvement and just you know, get better as an artist. I was not very thorough with like being consistent. I can show you the first page that I did it in 7th grade. Yeah, this is the first page. Nothing special at all. It's just an apple with very bad shading and some random girl with an off-shoulder shirt, because I loved off-shoulder tops at that age. I wore them all the time. I still love them, not gonna lie, but I was very much into off-shoulder shirts. And then I started my new sketchbook, and I wanted to record this before I started, but I wasn't patient enough. This time I decided to make the very first page special, just like I did with my big sketchbook. I made a very special big first page where it was also about Jojo. This one's also about Jojo, so Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. I decided that I wanted to make this first page about the main villain in Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6. His name is Enrico Pucci. I don't know if that's how you say it, but his name is Enrico Pucci, and he has a very cool character design. And while I was watching it back like a few days ago with my brother, I noticed that he always looks really cool when he's just glancing over his shoulder like sideways, and you can't really see his pupils, and it just looks so cool. And I decided I want to sketch it. And usually when I do like anime sketches, I take icons and already existing pictures of those characters and just try and draw them. But I didn't really like the things that were already there. I mean, the characters in JoJo always do cool poses, but it wasn't something that I wanted or something that I had in mind, because I liked the way he looked over his shoulder, but you never saw his full body when he did that. What I did this time, which I was very impressed that I was like capable of doing that myself, is I just sketched the proportions myself. Yeah, so the first thing I did was take a normal piece of paper, not inside any sketchbook, and just do a few different pre-sketches of the pose that I wanted to do, and try to figure out the shoulders and like the back and the silhouette, because that was not easy. And I struggled with that a lot, and it didn't really look good until I saw this one thing on Pinterest where the artist just drew one like line and then adjusted the rest of the body following this line. And that trick, that really helped me. I'll show it in the clip later. I don't really know how to explain it, you'll see. And yeah, that's what I did, and it turned out pretty cool. And then I decided to sketch it in my sketchbook. And after I did that sketch and added the clothing and his hair and face, I took my fine liners and did the outlining. I did very clear and defined strokes, I guess, with the fine liner. So that's what I did, and I then just erased everything else that was left from my normal pencil, and I added the shadows and more structure to the clothing, and it looks so cool. I am so proud of myself. I'm not 100% sure if I am finished yet, because I don't know if I want to add like pupils or if I want his eyes to be completely black. And I'll show you the clips now.
Quick disclaimer, I couldn't find any good copyrighted music, so I'm just gonna insert some random ass dramatic music from now on, so enjoy looking at me sketching while a dramatic guitar audio is playing in the background.
This is the result. It looks cool as fuck. Like, look at that. I've never had such a cool first sketchbook page. Look at the one I did in my first sketchbook. If you compare those things, like, okay, it's been 5 years, I think, but it's still impressive. This is the first sketchbook page. I am just so proud of myself. I know it's weird to compare yourself with like your 14-year-old self and now, but obviously you're gonna be better at sketching, of course, but it's still fun to see. So yeah, this is the first time I drew an anime character with my own proportions, and it was a lot of fun.